G'day, mate, and welcome to Revive and Prosper with me, Jetty. Now, the very first question you're going to have for me is, what exactly is Revive and Prosper, Jetty? My answer is, well, think of Oxygen Included. Wonderful 2D game, colony management game, a great little game. Now, think of Timberborn. It's a little bit more 3D, a little bit more lower resolution. Now, think about the two of those games just having a little bit of a quiet time in the corner. Yeah. And then, well, out pops Revive and Prosper. Now, Revive and Prosper, it's now 3D because, you know, it took from its 3D parent. But also on top of that, there's a small mod in Featurette, Renai Transportation, which allows you to eat things across the map. Yeah, Revive and Prosper also has catapults. It also has a whole bunch of belts. It also has a whole bunch of automation, which is what attracted me to this game. So we're going to have a little bit of a step through the early parts of the game. This is going to be part of my, first 30 series, where we look at the first 30 minutes, maybe 60 minutes of a game, and today it's going to be Revive and Prosper. Now, before I get in the game, I do want to ask a small favor, just a little favor, and that is, well, I just like to borrow a like. I like to borrow a like early in the video. If you're not happy with the video, by all means, you can have your like back. But we're going to jump into a brand new campaign. Now, it is just released in early access. There is a link down in the description if you want to find out some more information. But we have our three choices: Earth, Moon, and Mars. We're going to click on Earth, of course. And then we have the intro. Now, I've already played through the intro. I sort of know what I'm doing. We have Up Into the Sky, and we have the Dry Valley. These are all campaign missions. There is a whole bunch of custom maps you can download. We're going to choose Pipes. Pipes is probably the most interesting part because it's going to show you a little bit of what the game looks like from both, you know, the Oxygen Not Included and also the Timberborn site. So we have three different options. We have a Builder, Survivor, or Battler. All depends on which sort of game difficulty you want. We're going to go for Survivor, and the first thing we're going to do is pause the game. And I need to introduce our characters here. So in the future, in both Timberborn and Oxygen Not Included, the humans died off, and we're left with whatever's left. Revive and Prosper is much the same, except the humans did some bad things and mated with the wildlife, and this leaves us to our six characters. We have Goto, who is right here at the front. Yep, we can sort of see why he's called Goto. We have Croco, which is over here. Yep, we can sort of see why he's Croco. We have the Boar. Yep, he's definitely has at least a cousin, or maybe a brother, or maybe a brother cousin, who's a redneck. We have the Owls over the corner. Yep, we have a Foxy, because of course there's going to be a Fox. Of course there's going to be a Fox, and of course the Fox is less dressed than everybody else. And then we have the Froggo. Now, a couple of interesting facts about all the different critters. Obviously, they have some specialization. If we look at priorities very quickly, we're just going to talk about Goto. Goto's obviously good at harvesting, good at planting. The Croc's good at fishing, good at working. So, you know, all of them have different bonuses depending on their original race. And the other important thing is the Croco and the Froggo can both work underwater, whereas the other critters, they generally stick above land. So, that's our six characters we need to talk about. Now, they have to do all the work on our island to get us through our goal. Our goal is to, well, come over here and activate the teleporter. When we activate the teleporter, unlike Oxygen Not Included, where more dupes pop out, we get to disappear, and it takes us on to the next level. Now, to do that, we need to do a few things. Probably some sort of terraforming, also some sort of automation, because with only 6 toons, there's going to be a little bit of work to do. Being this is a custom scenario, there is some things set up for us, which we're going to talk about. First thing we're actually going to talk about is unpause the first thing we're going to talk about is the UI. So we have the priorities, which we've already looked at. We have some starting resources, some seeds. We have some corn that we can eat, hopefully. We have some materials, being some planks and some barrels. We have some belts. We have some wooden mechanisms, which are going to be important later. We have some water to get us started. Yes. So the first thing I need to do is I need to get my toons out of this area and onto the rest of the map. Now, they can wander up and down these ramp sections, which is very, very handy. But what they can't do is they can't walk past a straight wall. But I can tell them to dig some stairs. So we're going to do that. We're just going to send 2 of them over here to dig that. We also have a meteor impact starting 40 hours. Yes, there is environmental disasters. And we're on day 0, hour 9, with hopefully all work completed by 5 p.m, right? So 2 of them are going to wander off and start doing that. Whilst they do that, we'll just harvest some trees. Also, I want to plant some trees. We're going to have to keep things moving just a little bit, just to try and get through as much of the game as possible in our in theory, 30-minute time mark. This could stretch out to a couple of videos, but we will see. So with that now done, they now have access to all sorts of things up here, which also means that I need to give them a couple of necessities, a couple of things that they're going to need. First off, we're going to need a manual pump. That's going to be very important because, well, it's a survival game, so we're going to have to deal with both water, food, and shelter. So, water now completed. We can get one of those built. It's going to require some wood and some planks. Do I want to build that first? No, I don't want to build that first. Yeah, we're going to build that first. Okay, so I got some wood and some planks. Next up, we're going to need to get these trees out of my way, please. Next up, we're going to need some shelter. So for some shelter, we have right here, seems pretty obvious, we can build a shed, a single bed, or a water bed. Now, as I said, we have 6 characters. 2 of them like to work underwater, which means they need, well, a little bit more aquatic-friendly sleeping situations. If we throw down a shed, it sort of fits everybody, has 4 normal beds and 2 slightly more aquatic beds. So we're going to throw in one of those as well. Last thing I need to do is I need to sort out the food problem. So we're going to put in a fireplace. Actually, I think I'm going to put in a couple of fireplaces. Let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, this is going to require some wood and some water for the fire. Whoop. Wood and water for the shed. As for the fireplaces, they're also going to be, well, wood and stone. Here's a stone. Great, harvest. Cool. Next up, we need to provide some food, because we don't have food yet, but I do have some carrot seeds. Yeah, I got 700 carrot seeds over here in a box. So, no, there's 100 carrot seeds in there. We need to plant 100 carrots. So, we're going to throw down some carrots. I'm going to say from carrot seeds, and we're going to do, actually, we're going to probably do this first. Then we'll throw down some carrots. Yeah, we can throw down some carrots down here. Plants, carrots, like so. I'm going to plant this whole area. Now, these are already selected to wait for the, wait with harvest for seeds, so I can get new seeds, so we can keep planting new carrots. In the meantime, I'm going to also plant some over here, and these ones, with the harvest tool, I'm going to set to automate cut down and do not replant, and mark all harvests before seedling. So these are going to get automatically cut down and replanted, but we're not going to wait for the seeds. And I'm going to do that a few times. No, we'll get those ones done first. We'll see how many seeds we've got left. All right, so we've done some cutting. We have some idle people, which is not good because we have things to do, and I saw that meteor coming in 31 hours. So now I need to talk about chopping that and chopping these twigs. That didn't work. Chop. Chop. Cool. I need to talk about our first steps of automation. So our first steps of automation are, well, right here. We have this already pre-set up for us. This is a automated storage. So automated storage is going to take in wood and then put the wood on a belt. Then it's going to feed into this machine, which is a mechanical saw. Obviously, it's much better if we don't have to cut things and things are cut for us. So that's the plan there. But it requires torque. We'll talk about torque in a second. Then it's going to go into another wooden little belt and then into another wooden storage. But this is all missing torque, that thing that we were talking about earlier. Torque comes from, well, a couple of choices. Much like Timberborn, it comes from either a windmill or a watermill. Now, watermill obviously needs to be placed in the water. Also needs you to have some sort of direction for your water flow. If I press this button here, we can have a look through the water and we can see that there's a giant hole in the ground, which is probably where the water's coming from. And if I turn that back off, we can see that water sort of has a direction off the edge of the map here. Obviously, maybe putting a watermill, it won't fit. Here would be advantageous. Can't place inside the terrain. Well, that seems like a problem. Yeah, I think it's a 3 tile long. Yeah, I can't fit it. I can't fit it. So that's not going to be a solution for us. Carrots, 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 carrots. Not that carrot. Where's the rest of my carrots? Oh, there are 0 left. Cool. Off to a good start. All right, can I get you guys who has 100 corn? Can I plant corn? We'll do that. Okay. Can I get you to make carrot soup and steamed corn forever? I'll have to change that shortly, but, not rice bowl, carrot soup. That one and that one. Cool. Other options we have is always a fishing spot. There you go. We can fish for some fish, obviously. Okay, you too. All right. So with our windmill being built, it's going to provide us mechanical power. Mechanical power now means that any wood which we put in here, which we're going to set to deliver, should come through here and get automatically turned into a plank. Now, as you can see, wind power has its ups and downs depending on whether it's a windy day or a calm day, which means that, you know, there are going to be some times when we're doing awfully good on the power grid, and there are other times when we're going to be a little bit low. That is before I turn on this machine, which is an automated choice for a couple of other things, you know, because I'm going to want belts and wooden mechanisms that go into, well, think of them like gears. Every good automation game needs gears, plus barrels, plus dam components. Yes, we can make dams. Yes, we can rearrange the map. Yes, there are many similarities between this and the two games I mentioned earlier. By the way, if you're interested in either of those games, or you're just interested in more like walkthroughs like this, tutorials, introductions to new games, maybe you should consider clicking the subscribe button, because we're going to be doing a few of these going into, well, this year and the next. All right, so next thing we need to talk about is, well, how we get more labor, because only having 6 people means very quickly I'm probably going to saturate the amount of work I can get them to do. So one of the things that makes this game very different from others in the genre is we can make a golem factory. Now, a golem factory is not something you'd think of in an automation game, but what it means is after we add some soil, some stone, and some wood, which we have some soil right here from when we dug up the stairs, plus we have, well, some stone from, well, the rocks I keep beating up. There's another rock, go away. Yeah, some rocks we keep beating up, and we've chopped down every tree I can pretty much find. Then we can crank out some golems. Now, the golems you think were just like, you know, like beavers or duplicates. You can just print more of them. No. What you can do is you can print 1 golem per mutant that you have running around the map. So everybody of them can have a second friend to help them out. The catch is that if you have a second friend to help you out, it consumes some of your life force. The way you replenish that is, well, our people need to then drink twice as much, well, eat twice as much and drink twice as much. They don't get any tired any faster, so you do end up with extra labor. But yeah, there's definitely a couple of catches with having extras come along. Can I also dig that, and that? Thank you. Because I'm probably going to want extra terrain. All right, so this is about to be built, and that should let me have some golems. Do I have any corn left? No, we've used it all. I do have cabbage seeds. Can I plant cabbage? Harvest, replant, wait for seedling. And let's put a little box around them so we know that we need to wait for the seeds. Cool. All right, so that should get that up and running. Now, this is going to give us, well, like I said, golems, extra labor to run around. Now, each of the golems are going to have different advantages and disadvantages. One of the biggest disadvantages being that, as I mentioned, 2 of our mutants can wander through the water without a problem. The golems can't at all. They're made out of sand. They can't get their feet wet ever. So that's something we've got to keep in mind, that golems cannot get wet at all. One thing they can do is they can carry things around decently, and they can also build things pretty well. So again, extra labor never hurts. We're waiting on wood. Can I get a quick cut? Cut and replant those, please. And also, can I just get a quick cut? Cut down, replant, and do not replant. Yeah, these are all very dead trees. Very, very, very dead trees. Can I get all of them gone? Cool. All right. So, up. We're about to have our first golem pop out. It is... I don't even know who we're running. It's the boar. The boar is about to make his first golem. So, this is his golem. So, golem's going to wander around. He has a life energy. 48 hours, I believe it is. Or maybe it's 48 half hours. I'm not sure. But he has some life energy. He also has some bonuses. Very good at digging. Very good at constructing. Okay at everything else. Not good at planting and not good at cooking. So don't put them up as chefs. But also, yeah, like I said, cannot walk through water. All the other mutants can at least walk knee deep into water, but golems, no, not at all. So we're gonna have one golem pop out, and then each of our mutants gonna come over here and make sure they have a second friend to come help out. Now, this is only part one. Part one, we've sort of started things. We have a little bit of automation here. We have 37 planks to get us started, but I need to have more running. I need to actually get to this teleporter, because at the moment I can't get to it. I also need to preferably have the rest of the map being useful, because at the moment it's very dry. So we need to get into terraforming. And also a whole bunch of other automation. So first thing I need to do is we're going to dig some stairs here. If I dig some stairs here, we can get access up to here, where we can start playing with things that are a little bit more advanced. Can I also mark you, both of you? There's a windmill in my face. Yep, that, and that for harvest. That's a good start. Oh, missed that one. Actually, yeah, we'll harvest you. And we also should replant some trees. Can I build... So we put in poplar before. Can I put in some birch? There to there to there. And also through to there, because birch seems to plant fairly close to one another. And so on and so forth. Alright, with a path up to here, we have a few things we're going to get access to. First off is, well, some belts, as you can see, which is going to run into a storage, which is designed for iron ore, with a second storage for coal, which is then going to run into this small furnace that would probably be better off if it was making iron, as it has iron on the belts. But it means I need to find it coal. To find it coal, I need to, well, find some coal. We're going to be digging up this one. Actually, just give me dig and hold shift to get dig in a tile. Yeah, we're going to dig out those 3 tiles. That'll give me a little bit of iron, and that should get that up and running. But a little bit of coal, rather. Also need a little bit of iron. So we're also going to have them dig up those 3 tiles, and that should give me a little bit of iron, which means I should make some iron ingots. Iron ingots are going to be very important because, well, we've had wood construction up until now, but we need to amp things up a little bit. So we need a torque digging wheel. So it's going to use torque, the power method we mentioned before, and that'll run this machine. Now, this machine will then dig up all this iron ore for us, and then allow us to smelt it. Yes, the smelter also requires torque. Everything requires torque. It is the power force of this particular game. One thing we're also going to notice is if I click on this power, well, the furnace needs 10 torque. Each of the storages need a little bit of torque when they're actually operating, so when they're actually putting stuff on the belts. But you are going to need 150. This, on a good day, produces 80. On a bad day, produces about 30. Maybe 20. So I probably need to up the torque factor just a little bit. So we're going to come in here and windmills, and I'm going to build another few. Just a few. Just a few to get us up and running. All right. You are running. You have produced us a whole lot of planks. You have a whole lot of logs for us. We have soil everywhere. Also probably going to have dirt everywhere. So can I get a couple of storages? We're going to go with wooden storage, material. Can I rotate you? Let's put you here. And so soil. So can I get soil? Helps if I click on the box so I can type. Soil can go in there. Can I also get a second storage? Where was it? Storage. For stone storage. Yep, stone needs to go into a pen so it doesn't run away. Don't question it. It's fine. Alright, so that's going to be us started. As we can see, we're replanting the forest as we go. These are all going to be marked for auto cut and replant, so, you know, they will get cut down eventually. Meanwhile, we have one belt to go in here, and I also need a small problem. We hadn't had a chance to speak about that problem just yet. So remember that meteorite strike that was going to come in 48 hours? Well, 48 hours has passed, and it popped into existence. Yeah, we have a whole lot of disasters I need to deal with. It's going to make the game a little bit more interesting, keep you a little bit more on your toes than other games might previously. The good news is the meteorite did drop off some stuff. We already had limestone over here, it turns out. But down here I now have platinum. I also have some iron ore. So, well, that's one way of getting new technology up and running. Too bad about that everything else got fried. Cool. So, You have iron. 0? Really? Torque, coal, iron ore. Oh no, it's pumping out the iron right now. And that's our iron right there on the belt. And it's going to take a moment to get over there, but then we should be good. Storages. We should talk about storages. So storages, as you can see, they fill with these sand, like a sand timer. Yeah, that's the indication of how full or empty they are. So you're a bit over half full, and you're a quarter full. No, you're also a bit. No, you are about a quarter full because you maxed out at 200. Also, can I make that tree go away? Can I tell them not to deliver stuff here? It just seems like an easier method for me. All right, so we have extra torque has been built. So we click on the power shaft. We're now overproducing 360, which is good because I have more things that I need to build. Well, more things I need to have up and running. First thing we need to have up running is this particular guy, and that way we'll automate our iron ore onto our belt. But obviously I want to probably automate coal as well. So can I build a second one of these? And we're going to have you output. I could have you output here. I'm going to have you output here. Also, something I should mention is all those little yellow connections. That's where power comes in and out of different buildings. So we're going to dump you there. I'm also going to throw some belts there to there. Cool. That is going to require another 150 torque, which could be problematic because we are overproducing a lot, but probably not quite as much as I need. Can I build... Actually, no. Before we build that, I'd like to demonstrate something else. So we can make a torque rod. If you've played if you've played Dyson Sphere before, you should be familiar with this. It is just one way to move power from one location to another. We need to bring power up first, because obviously you can't have power on the ground. That'd be silly. If the torque rod's on the ground, it'd rub against the ground. You'd lose all your torque. Or maybe I can. Ground drops there. Can I remove you and remove you? Cool. Oh, no, you are running. Cool. You're now running. You are going to automate iron ore onto a belt, which is one less thing I have to worry about. Cool. Can I go with a torque rod down? There, and then sideways. Okay. Yeah, it gets bigger when you drag it. Don't ask why. Unplug that in there. Because at the moment, this has power. It has an extra 71, although we're about to use an extra 150. This has an extra 34. If I bring this and plug this in here, then they both share the same drivetrain, which means when we're overproducing power, well, or underproducing power, we can definitely share. So I'm going to have them put in just a little bit more wind power down here. I think that'll be probably worthwhile. We should talk about the other things on the map. So over here, I have a, well, automated storage, which needs a wooden mechanism, which hopefully I do have some of. I do, yep. And then this one's designed to make copper. So this is going to need some coal, which we have, or will have set up for delivery once, well, oh no, there is coal in there. Carriages can deliver and pick up resources. This is exactly what we want. Okay, so hopefully I'll get some coal. On top of that, I need to have some copper. Now, I could come and dig copper out of the ground like a manual idiot, or what we could do is we could add a little bit of automation as we have already. So we're going to throw in a torque digging wheel right here. We're also going to throw in belts. Except we're going to go in a downwards direction. I'm going to drop that right there. I'm going to grab some straight belt and drag that to here. Now, one thing that, well, has always been suggested in games like Factorio, but never been implemented, is that the belt should transmit power. In this game, they do. Because everything is moving by torque, and therefore by, well, mechanical power, the belts move power from building to building. So if I plug this into here, well, it can get power out of this wind turbine. If I plug this into, say, here with a torque rod, well, then the power from this windmill can be transferred down to here. Also could be transferred then via this torque rod up to here. Because now if we click on this, we can see I am missing 57 torque. And if I click on you and click power, we're also missing 57 torque because I have a little drivetrain here to here. We can see that the power line length is 9, power line from belts, power line from factories, power production, power consumption, all sorts of details. We are about to add another 150 of that consumption, which is bad because, well, we're in a bit of a lull. Yeah. Oh, we're down to 25. That's even better. Okay, so we need to get that up and running, preferably sooner rather than later. Preferably prior to that, but I can't see that happening. All right, what are our people doing? They're all thirsty. Could you find a drink? You're a little bit thirsty. You're a little bit thirsty, just a tiny bit. I tell you what we're going to do is we're going to plug it in this pump. If we can plug in this pump, we'll automatically bring up water from here and run it into this T intersection and then into this drinking well. It looks like a trough, but I'm not making any assumptions about your race or your mix of races or how you do and don't enjoy. I realized I didn't turn on cooking fish. Fish broth. Wood, water, onion. Nope. Fish. Why do we fish? Produce a sliced fish. Do we just eat sliced fish? I guess so, there's none in stock. Sliced fish. And cooked fish or fish broth. Am I missing cooked fish? Cooked fish, I am. Which is wood, water, blah, 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 blah. Yep, okay, we'll do that. Cooked fish, and cooked fish. Cool. There's none in stock, which is not a good sign, but sure. All right, yeah, but back to what I was saying. We're going to put water in the trough, which is not me making any sort of comments about your races. Let's go with races. But on top of that, I have a little water storage here. And I also have, a couple little pipes that can take me over here to a spigot with a tap. I can turn it on and off. We'll turn it off. Because what I'd really like to do is I'd like to flood this area of the map. I'd like to bring water all the way down here and, well, turn all this area to green. Because if this area is green, then that would probably help me out with having more area for more food to be planted, more wood to be planted, more production to happen. But it obviously requires a few things to happen first. Namely, we need to get the torque rods up and running, which looks like that's happened. We need to get this built all the way up to here so I can have some copper, which probably means I should put in some stairs right there and out of dirt, because why not? Also, I should probably plug this torque into this torque so all the torques can talk together. So we're going to go back in here. We're going to grab a torque rod. I'm going to come up from one there, up from one there. I'm going to grab a torque rod sideways and I'm going to rotate you around. Come out to here, and then over to there, and then over to here, and then over there. Yep, okay, that'll give me a torque rod from A to B, and that'll probably give me more power problems in the not too distant future because we have a bonus of 277 currently, but you got to remember at the low point, it's very, very low. So I need to keep on top of power. Can I get wind turbines? There. Yep, we can always add more. As long as I don't run out of mechanical parts or planks. I'm running out of planks. So planks are limited by the speed this machine runs at. Which, although it's probably faster than the mutants making planks, I have a lot of mutants. Yeah. I have a lot of mutants. So if they run out of things to do, maybe we have them start making planks. Yeah. So we're going to throw in a new machine. It is going to be plank factory. That's the one. And we're going to dump this here, here, and here. Seems adequate. And we're going to have them make planks. We're also going to, after they're built, set the priority very low on this. So sort of do everything else, and then they come do this. Yeah. Because we still have a number of projects going on. One of them being this, which needs more planks. In fact, it needs all the planks I possess and then some. Yeah. It'll take a minute. Speaking of things that'll take a minute. Okay, so corn, I don't have access to any of. Carrot seeds, I have 29 carrot seeds. Can I plant carrot seeds there and here? Yeah, keeping up with food could be a problem. Also, rock, stone, 32. Because we're going to keep going through these and they're going to cost soil all the time. And, yeah, no, we bothered actually putting in soil in there yet. And actually, wood, 140. We might also very quickly just mark some more of this to be harvested. Just so we can keep on track with our wood requirements. Can I harvest that one? And can I harvest that one? Okay. Power. This is one thing I'm worried about. We might be okay. Preferably if these get built. Okay, we do have access to priorities. We're going to up the priority on these buildings. Now, the priorities are not exactly easy to see. Can I do that? Okay. Top priority is red. Urgent priority is, well, orange. Normal priority is brown. Lower priority is light green. And lowest priority is like an aqua color. I'm not a fan. I feel like they're backward. Just saying. Just saying. But, yeah, we're going to need... This would probably help if it was done. So I could set the priorities on the actual building. Also, I should mention there is down here, well, a couple of options. So we have show and hide trees. It's a simple tick box. Makes life a little bit easier. Show high floors. So if you have buildings with multiple floors, you can turn them off. Same goes for walls. We can use this one, which I used before, to remove the water. We have show high soil. So you can turn that off so you can actually see where the natural resources are. So I can see, look, it turns out we have plenty of iron. We have some limestone over here. We have some iron over there. This is my iron and platinum asteroid. I have a whole bunch of coal over there. That, yeah, okay, it's thoroughly buried. We have limestone here. No idea what we do with limestone. And the copper node is actually massive. Yeah. We have shoal layers, which will let me turn... No. Plus or minus? Alt plus mouse. Okay. Let me remove different layers so we can actually look through the ground. I actually find that it's much easier to click on a tile and go, you know what, show me this layer. And then I see everything from that layer and above. Yeah, which means I can't see any of my iron currently, but if I turn that off and I click on, say, this one and do this, I can say, oh, the bottom of the iron is all the way down there. If I go one step lower, it's all disappeared. So I can see where all the resources are fairly easily. We have a pause time, but we also have a fast forward button for those times when you're waiting on things to happen, like, you know, the rods to go in and the planks to go in here, and helps if somebody misses planks. Lower priority, lowest priority. Yeah. Okay. But if I click on this, it won't work at all now. There we go. There is no fast forward. So this is one of the features of the game, as the dev puts it. They don't think that you need to actually speed up the game. There is a whole lot of automation here, including automated harvesting, automated tracks for... I wouldn't say trains. Trains are probably going too far. Devices on tracks. Let's go with devices on tracks. Yeah, there's a whole lot of automation in this game, which is why the devs do not think that at this stage they need a fast forward button. I'm in the opinion, like right now, where I'm literally waiting on them to get stuff done, there's not much I can do. But also I have a habit during these times of, queuing up too many things, and then, well, nothing ever gets done because they have too many orders. Yeah. So I'm always a fan of having a fast forward, go faster button, just me thing. But, you know, dev doesn't think that we need one yet. I can also plant cabbage here because I have some storage. But what I do need to say is this is meant to be the first 30-ish. So we're going to leave the first video here. This is going to be the first 30-ish. This is now up and running. Has not nearly enough power, so it'll never actually run, which is a problem. Hence why I need to get this drive shaft built, which it seems nobody can be bothered. It is top priority, and it requires wood. And my issue is all the wood's in the box. Yeah, all the wood's in the box. Chop. All of this, please. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this video here. I'm going to invite you to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you think that this game deserves another 30 minutes, you want to see a little bit more, by all means, tell me so down in the comment section below. Also, tell me what you think about, you know, just spending 30 minutes, maybe 60 minutes on a game. Just to have a little bit of a preview, a little bit of a look, a little bit of a, well, what do you think? Anyway, with all that said and done, I'm going to leave this here. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. to find out more info about, well, this game and others. Anyway, as always, thank you for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. See you in the very next video. All right, bye.